All right, and we are back with the Gospel of Thomas, translated by Thomas O. Lambden. Last time we got up to, we covered up to 46. And now we're at 47. As far as, again, I'm not going to sit here and continuously explain everything in every single detail. Just going to name it, express it, etc., describe it. To understand, playlist link is on the bottom in the description. Except one thing I am not sure I even mentioned in any of them videos, the explanational videos, is my very reference point isn't superficial. It's not surface level. I'm interpreting and expressing directly from that which is within. That's where I'm speaking from. And how I'm doing that is explained in the playlist. All right, 47. Yeshua said, "It is impossible for a man to mount 2 horses or to stretch 2 bows, and it is impossible for a servant to serve 2 masters, otherwise he will honor the one and treat the other contemptuously. No man drinks old wine and immediately desires to drink new wine. And a new wine is not put into old wineskins lest they burst, nor is old wine put into new wineskin lest it spoil it. An old patch is not sewn onto a new garment because a tear would result." Yes, it is impossible to serve 2 masters. Honor one and treat the other unless, in some way, shape, or form, it's always, or unless you just eliminate it completely, which is possible. Well, no, wait, no, that never mind. No, that really, wow, that really is what it names. I'm sorry. Wow. Because once you get all the way down foundationally, because I was thinking, well, then don't serve any master, which is technically right, and yet not. Or not all the way to the foundational answer. No, you don't serve any master at all. Nobody, there's no hierarchy at all. Simply the presence of life. But as far as serving a master, no. You serve that which matters most, that which is life itself. That is what you, if you have to put it that way, serve above even yourself, because it is beyond yourself or anything else. It is the very foundation which allows existence to even be. Simple presence and absence. If it's not presence, then the only thing that's there is absence. Absence only continues itself. Presence is infinitely describable and indescribable. In simple terms, presence is the very presence that continues to flow to and from itself, not serving itself but nourishing others, and in return nourishes the initial presence. It's just continually to and from. It's just a endless, continuous harmony where you inspire one person, they inspire two, and it's infectious, and then eventually it comes back to the first person. That's the simple flow of life. Whereas if you're given out absence, that's not going to continue to flow, and it's just going to end, and there will be no returns at all, because it's not continuous. Because the moment presence appears, absence is gone. That's what makes absence pointless. Because as soon as presence is present, absence is gone. And yet absence cannot override presence. Hence, again, the flow of presence of life or the absence of life. Life is that which continues to flow. Adding more presence simply magnifies it. Adding absence never truly diminishes it, or never truly extinguishes it. It could diminish it, it could hide it, but it's always there. And when you serve that, and all of that is what comes from that which is God. You serve that, it's more harmony than servitude. It's simple presence or absence, and you just simply choose presence all the time, because you know that which matters most, even beyond the self. In simple terms, bigger picture, that which matters most is the answer to go all the time. I'm worked up this morning, so that was a nice explanation, though. But that's what it's like. That's what I mean. Like that's what literally it just made sense right now. Like I was saying earlier, I was like eliminate it altogether, which is true in the end, because you're not really serving life as a master. It's more of a harmony, because it's in you. It flows. It's everything and everywhere. So it's like there's no hierarchy. It's either presence or absence. It's either everything or nothing. It's either flowing or ending. That's not servant and master. That's just the flow of life. There's no hierarchy. It's just life. So it's, if you have to put it within, to understand, it's kind of like an oxymoron. You're serving a master, and yet you're not. because the very natural flow of life isn't servitude or authority, master servant, etc. It's the flow of presence of what is, and it is in everything of everything. So if everything was naturally flowing as it should, is there really any hierarchy? No, it's just the harmony of life. So what's at the foundation? There's no hierarchy. It's simple harmony of life. That is the foundational answer to what I was expressing on it. Like you know, it somewhat gets eliminated. Like you're not really serving any master. And that is what matters most. Not servitude or hierarchy, but harmony. Honest harmony with life itself and the flow of it. And that is the very thing that fills that hollowness within, that longing for a home that no longer is. Just for that little Easter egg right there, or whatever you want to call it. He will honor the one and treat the other. Yeah, like that's just, no man drinks old wine and immediately desires to drink a new wine. Because, yeah, wisdom increases with age, knowledge, information, understanding, etc. And same thing with wine. It gets better with age, to name it simply. So old wine is always better than new wine to the majority. Everybody got their own palate. And new wine is not put into old wineskins because the old skins are already stretched, and the new wine will have no room to breathe, and they will burst. Thus they burst, says right there. Nor is new old wine put into new wineskin, lest it spoil it. Old patch is not, no, old stuff is not put onto new garment. Yeah. Self-explanatory. All right. 48. Yeshua said, if two make peace with each other in this one house, they will say to the mountain, move away, and it will move away. For me, just simply to name what I'm reading and what I can express on that means deeply. When there is harmony, multiple harmony of life, then the possibilities of life flowing from that increased magnitude, increased just presence of life, where it magnifies possibilities of life to the point where even a mountain moving wouldn't surprise you. I'm not speaking on physical reality. I'm not saying you could actually do that. What I am saying is there's such harmony where if it did, it'd be like, well, that's cool. Like it's just, anything's possible. (49) Yeshua said, blessed are the solitary and elect, for you will find the kingdom, for you are from it, and to it you will return. I don't know what elect means right there. I'm assuming, was it talking about heavenly elected people? I'm just stating I don't know what that specific reference means, so I'm not even going to include it. I don't have to because there's two references there. About solitary or solitude. Me, I enjoy the solitude. I don't need any. For what I enjoy, simply the singularization of understanding. Reading this, understanding this in any way I could, or any way it's expressing to me, I enjoy it. Not for payout, not for rewards, not for any reason at all, just to enjoy the singular, just the singular act of understanding. Just understanding something is fun for me. Doesn't matter if it's a pencil, a light switch, a car, a motorcycle, a state of being, life, existence, being, water, birds, air, gravity. It's everything. It's all understanding everything is fun for me. That's all. So it's like I don't need anything. Like if I just want to understand things, and like just like people sit and read a book, I don't need anybody around for that. If I just want to sit and read and enjoy understanding and learning and all that. It's like when you're not externally influenced by absence, or ignorance, then yeah, blessed are solitary, because they don't have additional garbage to sift through that other people put on them. So if they're, contemplating to understand life, existence, everything else, if you're not listening to everybody else's opinions, and you're simply discerning for understanding, you're going to get a less distorted picture of understanding, less negative influence and whatnot. And you're going to be closer to truth than illusion. And I guess that says, blessed are they. I could go further with that, but I won't. It's just, I'll be sitting here just describing and explaining solitary at a deeper level. It's like, there's a lot here to cover instead of just explaining solitary itself. And, how that could be a blessing and how you could prosper from it. It's just a lack of outside ignorant influence. Too many hands in the cookie jar. That's as simple of an explanation as it could get. Too many hands in the cookie jar. When you want to go and look in the cookie jar and try to find the best one in there, so to speak, Or even just take all the cookies out and analyze the jar and everything that's emptiness inside of it. You can't do that with a bunch of hands in the cookie jar. So again, the less you learn more in solitude to take out into, public interactions and whatnot than you do from the opposite, from the other way around. You learn more in solitary that you could take out into whatever situation externally from solitude that you want to use. Whereas it's not so much the opposite. "50. Yeshua said, if they say to you, where did you come from? Say to them, we came from the light, the place where the light came into being on its own accord and established itself and became manifest through their image. Excuse me. Tickle my throat. If they say to you, it is you, say, we are its children, we are the elect of the living Father. If they ask you, what is the sign of your Father in you, say to them, it is movement and repose. Repose means a state of rest, sleep, or tranquility. Perfect. You see, it says, where do you come from? We came from the light, the place where the light came into being. Okay, the light is the flow of life itself, presence. Where the light came into being on its own accord, that came from that which is God. And and became manifest through their image, which had, again, created in the image of God. Still there. Yeah, we are children of God. Now, I'm not. People anything could say whatever it wants, but to declare, no, for me, I will not ever. This is one of the biggest reasons I'm even like just sharing everything, because I am not. It's rare enough not to be. It's rare enough to do something without self-intent. To be doing something without wanting recognition or payment or reward or blah, 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 all that stuff. The singular thing I am intently doing in all of this is simply expressing an understanding of that which is life and how it's understood. That's all. That is all I am doing, because I simply understood and understand something that is beyond me or anything else in comparison, and that in it of itself is honestly worth sharing the understanding of. So to claim any kind of title, hierarchy, or anything from the receiver's end is a false claim. Anything from God, from that which is God, is only that which is God's to declare. I myself, that's for me. I will not accept anything else. That is why there is nothing, I will not accept anything even read that claims, that we are the elect. It's like, well, unless God himself told you, then you are wrong in your claim. Me, all I will say is, I, in my complete existence, in every which way, shape, form, etc., belongs to that which is God. That's it. Everything else is God's to declare. Not mine to claim, not mine to state, not mine to even delusionally tell myself I do not. I am not dishonest with myself to make myself feel better, boast myself. Like I said, understanding that which matters most beyond yourself is worth sharing, and I am not effing joking. It's like even being a part, even understanding that is enough, more than enough that I could ever even societally dream of. You could give me all the money in the world, it ain't gonna mean shit. And it's like, how do you not share that? It's like, it's not something I could hand out like a stack of money. It's like you can only express the understanding of it. That in it of itself is worth doing all this. And that is the only purpose. There is no claim at all. That's why I will not bother with that kind of stuff myself. I'm not telling anybody what else to do. I'm speaking of myself. That's all. If they ask you, what is the sign of the Father in you? Say it is movement. Yeah. Movement and repose. Movement, everybody knows, movement. Not physical, like it's continuation. And again, repose, a state of rest, sleep, or tranquility. Not quite. Repose is not, that's not the foundational word. Because honestly, there is no word for it. It's not rest, sleep, or tranquility. It's, like I said again, that which matters most, that is beyond even yourself. That is not something you can put into words, like rest or sleep or tranquility. It is beyond verbal expression. Period. If you want to name it, or in movement, again, that is the movement of the life itself. Again, continuous, flows forward and back in the current now, the very flow of now, the never-ending singular moment that is always happening now. Again, like movement. That movement in the now goes forward and then comes back. It's no different than investing your money in an account to earn interests. You're investing in the very moment of now, in the presence of life, and continuously doing that influences the future, which then comes back into the present eventually. Always flow back into the now, the very flow of life. That is movement at the deepest level. And it is not repose. It is beyond verbal description or verbal expression. "51. His disciples said to him, When will the repose of the dead come about? And when will the new world come? He said to them, What you look forward to has already come, but you do not recognize it. I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, repose. Again, there's that word, the rest of the dead. As in, well, if they're not in a state of repose, then they're in the opposite state, which is negative, suffering, unrest, etc. Unrest of the dead. When will that come about? And not the physical new world that is referenced later, but the new spiritual foundation. Yeah. Because of his sacrifice on the cross, he gave out the Holy Spirit, that which is the very essence of life, freely out to everybody. And you either choose presence or absence. And it said that's where he went down afterwards and brought them out, which was the dead. And then when will the new world come? After his sacrifice. It didn't change everything on the superficial level, but it changed everything at a foundational level. Just because you can't physically see it doesn't mean it's not there. Everybody's looking out into the physical world and not looking deeper and deeper. Oh, what's that technical word for that? Deeper understanding. Always understand deeper meanings. Ontological. It's like I still haven't fully researched that word, but it's just basically, you know, the study of life, reality, existence, and I've been doing that naturally my whole life. It's like, well, you're alive, you exist, you're in reality. How are you supposed to navigate it if you don't understand it first? And apparently even that is a rarity, which again is another reason why I'm even freaking talking. It's like, I never thought that was rare at all. I thought that was normal. Except I do it all the time. Like I said, I enjoy understanding ontologically. Understanding the very deeper meaning of things all the way down to singularities to foundationals. It's fun. All right, where was I? I'm just kind of, I had a bad morning and I'm kind of just dancing around now, and easier mood, or easier state, to put it specifically. Oh, the dead. Yeah, what you look forward to has already come. He was referring to himself about to go on the cross, but you do not recognize it. Well, yeah, they can't see into the future. Sadly, I hate that. You have to be freaking, you gotta have it shoved in your face to understand it first before, and then to understand something, and then but then it's too late. It's after the fact. "52, his disciples said to him, 24 prophets spoke in Israel, and all of them spoke in you. He said to them, you have omitted the one living in your presence, and have spoken only of the dead." Omitted. Yeah, I was about to say leave out, but I don't know. I didn't. I thought that's what I read it meant, but I didn't know the definition of omitted. I figured it meant left out, or named last. It's like, no, they named the 24 prophets first and put them all on him, when no, the 24 prophets were speaking like Yeshua. It's the other way around. Doesn't matter if the 24 came first. It's still the other way around. So again, you have the one in your presence, you just, didn't name, hey, that's you, or you named them first and said you're like them and not them like you. It's like he was in their presence, and it's like, you're gonna compare me to dead people when I'm right here in front of you. It's like that's the wrong order of things. 52, his disciples said to them, is circumcision beneficial or not? He said to them, if it were beneficial, their father would get them already circumcised from their mother. Rather, the true circumcision is spirit has become completely profitable. Oh, that is juicy at a deep level. Oh, a foundational level, if you want to call it that. Because of that last sentence, rather, the true circumcision in spirit has become completely profitable. That is good. That is juicy. I like that one. So, I mean, this is fun. I enjoy doing this. Like, just sitting here I've only read this once. And I don't remember I didn't read it to memorize. I read it to understand, and I already had my hands full, and the understanding's already passed. I don't remember specifically reading this and everything else. So this is all in the moment and juicy. It's the inversion of proper order that is biblically put. The order of life. They are putting the flesh first, and that which is within, the very essence, the very spirit, the very essence of life that is you, is treated optional, secondarily, or questionable if it exists or not. And let me tell you, you're inverted. The circumcision is you dictate the flesh by the spirit, by the very essence of you that is entangled to the very essence of life itself. You flow from within outward, not from outward questioning inward. That's the inversion. You're circumcising your spirit to please your flesh. And then everybody wonders about what I named earlier, that hollowness within yourself. They call it a home, longing for a home that's no longer there. No. To put it within that context, that's basically spiritual circumcision. You are hollowing out your very essence, your very core, your very spirit, soul, consciousness, etc. That is why you're inverted. Because that which is of life and the flow of it does not ever take away. Now, I'm not referring to natural occurrences here. The flow of life is continuous. Absence is absence, presence is presence. If you have to sacrifice something at a foundational level, and if you have to lose something, you don't always have to gain, but if you have to lose something, that is absence. Absence is not life. So basically, stop circumcising your spirits for what that says right there. Profit. I mean, profitable, not profit, not that biblical profit, but it says completely. If you're listening and not reading on the screen, it says become completely profitable. And still, I'm having a blast. I enjoy this. I'm having fun understanding this. It's heck with TV, man. "54, Yeshua said, 'Blessed are the poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven.'" Prior to understanding, I had no idea how that could ever make any sense. For how much struggle and suffering and nonsense from poverty that it brings. What could possibly be blessed in that trash heap of a situation? While you're in it, you can't, when you're ignorantly in it, you can't understand. I didn't understand. I'm like, how could anything be good here? It's like nothing but absence. And yet, yeah, absence of negative absent influence of absence, if I put that right. The less societal influence you have that is on you, the closer to being oriented to life you will be. And that which is life is beyond everything in comparison. So you might be in physical poverty, societal poverty, cultural poverty, whatever. But if you are present in that which is life, there is nothing greater except the creator of it, and that which is God. And it's like, once you understand that, it's like, it just, the understanding is just, I could sit here for days explaining on just that and not stop. Then the level of nonsense, it's like all that negative and the whole poverty thing is man-made, culture-made, societally made. Who chooses who has less or more? The ones in control of it. And if those in control serve themselves, guess what? They're not serving life. So poverty is man-made, man done to itself as a whole over time, serving itself and not serving life. Because life only gives and harmonizes. It does not ever take away. I'm not referring to natural occurrences, though. You know, car crashes still happen. But then again, if there were no cars, nobody would be crashing. See what I mean? The level of nonsense added. It goes, it's, yeah. But quick break time. I gotta go to the bathroom. Mr. Kaiser, how's the puppy dog? Excuse me for that. And the reason I don't edit any of this out, why I'm not putting any fanciness on the screen and all this stuff that everybody's doing now. Excuse me. Everybody's editing things and having AI create all these videos. Damn it, excuse me. I apologize. I don't have a mute button again. I forgot to program the key for it. I got phlegm right there in the middle of my throat. That's like stuck there and just like tickling my throat to the point where I'm continuously coughing. And it's like it won't come up. It just tickles more and makes me cough more. So I'm not trying to be gross. It's just, it's working against me. That's all. Oh, the interruptions. Okay. I'm leaving them all in. I'm leaving this. I hit record and I don't hit stop until I'm finished. However long that takes. As long as there's no interruptions that don't belong to publicly be heard, I'm not editing anything out. Because of all this editing to look perfect and all this AI made videos and everything else, it's like you don't know anymore what is coming from a person or coming from software. So quite frankly, I am just going to leave things authentic. Just me sitting here talking. Just as it is, when it is, in the now, and that's it. I'm not going to chop things up and make it look all fancy and what it's not. I don't care about looking fancy. The only thing, like I said earlier, I care about is just sharing the understanding. That's all. It's not about any presentation. It's only about the understanding and what is being expressed. That's all. Just the words. The words are important. That's it. I'm not going to monkey around and jump through hoops just to get people to pay attention. It's like I'm going to create a library of information doing this, and it's going to be like, once it gets to be enough, I'm going to reach out for, sharing information and possible opportunities or whatnot, or whatever comes next from doing this. I don't know. But other than that, it's going to be as it sits. I'm simply creating an archive of information for people to listen as they see fit. If nobody does, so be it. I'm just going to put it on its boat, push it out into the water, and wherever it goes, it goes. So, like I said, I just, everybody, like, you search videos, you're wondering, like, where's you can't tell anymore what is computer influence or software influence and what's coming from a person. So it's like, that's what I said, I'm not reading a script. There's no program. I got Streamlabs desktop going, boom, that's it. And that. Just me and the text with the microphone, that's all. I'd have a camera, but honestly, this is easier without one, because I said it's not about presentation. And quite frankly, it's been cold lately in the Northeast. If I could sit here with a blanket wrapped around my legs and not worried about, a presentation, then it's that one less thing I have to bother with. I could just focus on this and not even a subconscious background thing going on, worrying about what I look like or anything else, or making sure, did I look stupid when I freaking made that gesture? Like, none of that nonsense. That's just noise, and I don't want any of that. And I'm just bantering right now, so let's get back into it. I guess I was just a roller coaster this morning. All right, that was 54. 55, Yeshua said, whoever does not hate his father and his mother cannot become a disciple to me. And whoever does not hate his brothers and sisters and take up his cross in my way will not be worthy of me. It's not, see, the wording is wrong here. It's not hate. It's valuing something beyond yourself, beyond others, and they are basically secondary to it, but it enhances more than as if they were primary. Put it this way. I'll put it in just plain utter English. Okay, I'm just going to say, brother, if you want to, let's see, hate, whoever does not hate, if you want to, if you value your brother like the most of all, always there together, attention, always what's, better for each other. It's like people think, oh, that could go, sky's the limit. And yet, if you value that which matters most, and that which is, that which is life itself and the flow of it, above everything, yeah, it explanationally puts people second, and yet by being in harmony and serving, harmony with life and choosing those over and over, not really in servitude, but knowingly what's going to continue, that which matters most. By choosing that over others and over the self, everything that's secondary is even more beneficial than if they were primary. If you understand that. It's like if you're ignorant of life and that which matters most, and you and any other person, two people are just interlocked together, serving each other, doing what's best for each other. They're only in their own tiny little world, which isn't wrong, but it's not what matters most. It's like, yeah, they could improve each other, but there's still ignorance there. You still only know what's between you two. Whereas life itself includes everything and anything. When you're looking at the whole spectrum, there's a lot more there than just two people and that's it. That's all it's saying. You don't hate them. You categorize life accordingly. You act accordingly. You be accordingly. You harmonize accordingly. And well, yeah, to get there, to even get that understanding is one hell of a cross to bear too, if you want to put it in that way. 56, Yeshua said, whoever has come to understand the world has found only a corpse, and whoever has found a corpse is superior to the world. Okay, I'm going to Again, I don't care. I make no claim or authority or anything to do with that whatsoever. Because again, foundationally, life itself, that which matters most, it is not superior nor is it inferior. It is presence or absence. It is either in all things, no, it is in all things, or if it's not, then nothing is there. Nothing continuous, at least. And yes, whoever has come to understand the world has found only a corpse, a spiritual corpse, an essence corpse, a soul corpse, consciousness corpse, whatever you want to call it. Because they're serving the flesh and superficiality first, primarily. Even if they don't know it, that ignorance is there. And it is apparent everywhere you look. I'm not saying it's all bad. I'm saying it's there to look at. That's why the world is being referred to as a corpse. Because if any structure is not built upon the foundation of life itself, there is absence, there is distortion, there is illusion, delusion. There's always absence. And there's a lot of absence in the world, and everybody knows it. And does that, if I understand how bad the world is, does that make me superior to it? No. Is the understanding of presence of life superior to the absence of it? In it of itself, yes. Foundationally, yes. Not the person. The foundation of presence is superior to the presence of absence. That is the foundational answer, which leaves all their answers, has no need to make it about hierarchy. Get to the foundation, them's the rules. Foundational rules are absolute. Presence or absence. Yet 57. Yeshua said, "The kingdom of the Father is like a man who had good seed. His enemy came by night and sowed weeds among the good seed. The man did not allow them to pull up the weeds. He said to them, I am afraid that you will go, intending to pull up the weeds and pull up the wheat along with them. For on the day of the harvest, the weeds will be plainly visible, and they will be pulled up and burned." The simplest way to put that absence does not dictate presence. It's the other way around. If something bad is present, You don't remove the good too to get rid of the bad. You remove the bad, the absence, hence the weeds. On the day of harvest, pull it all up, and you throw away the bad. It's as simple as that. It's one thing I don't understand, why they made it such a long analogy. It's like, honestly, in understanding, it's a very simple explanation. And yet it's even simpler within understanding. You know, pre-language understanding. "58. Yeshua said, "Blessed is the man who has suffered and found life." Obviously, if that is a self-reference from Yeshua to Yeshua, absolutely. If that's referring to the process of a living singular individual that has suffered through life and suffered through living and has found what I just said, life itself, the essence of it, that which matters most. Yeah, in every way, shape, form, explanation, any way you put it, that is a blessed person. Because how could somebody even understand something that is beyond themselves? Because God knows, like I said, that statistic of the amount that receive information solely based on what it means to the self. For even somebody like that to comprehend something that matters literally beyond themselves is such a shock. I don't know. It's like, yeah, that is blessed. 59, Yeshua said, "Take heed of the living one while you are alive, lest you die and seek to see him and unable to do so." Harmonize with that which is life, which flows from that which is God, before you die, and then it is too late, and you will be unable to do so. Simple. Don't need to add anything more to that. 60. They saw a Samaritan carrying a lamb on his way to Judea. He said to his disciples, "That man is round about the lamb." They said to him, "So that he may kill it and eat it." He said to them, "While it is alive, he will not eat it, but only when he has killed it and it has become a corpse." They said to him, he cannot do so otherwise." He said to them, "You too look for a place for yourself within repose, rest, etc., lest you become a corpse and be eaten." 1 hour. Look for a place for yourself within rest, etc., within repose. So if you don't, you will die and be eaten. He cannot do so otherwise. Obviously he can, but then again, I don't think they had the idea of what a zombie is back then. I'm not sure if, I mean, they knew about Asians eating raw fish, so Think of the deeper meaning. It's probably about presence and absence. I don't know. I'm moving on. That one's. It's too long, too much. Got to analyze one thing, then another, and see where it lines up. And yeah, no, I'm moving on. 61. Yeshua said, "Two will rest on a bed. The one will die, and the other will live." Solomon said, "Who are you, man, that you have come up on my couch and eaten from my table?" Yeshua said to her, "I am he who exists from the undivided. I was given some of the things of my Father. I am your disciple, therefore I say, if he is destroyed, he will be filled with light, but if he is divided, he will be filled with darkness." From the undivided, from the very presence of life itself and that which is God. Exists from the very undivided presence of life, and given some things of that which is God that expresses life into being. If he is destroyed, he'll be filled with life, but if he is divided, he'll be filled with darkness. And what's destroyed? The ignorance. The ignorance is destroyed to be filled with light. Yeah. If you learn presence from absence. Divided. Being divided what? Spirit and body? I'm assuming that's what I referred to earlier by that hollowness inside, that place that can't be filled, that home you no longer can go back to. It's not a physical home. It's no, I'm not even going to get into that. I'm not going to deviate. So if he's divided, if you're ignorant of that which is life itself, you will be filled with darkness, and that's what will follow. $62, Yeshua said, "Yeah, hi Pickles. Was it lunchtime already?" Red ear slider turtle on my desk next to me in a 20-gallon or 15-gallon tank. Some lady left it in a tiny little container, one of those little reptile containers that's like half a gallon. Left it in the bathroom as she checked out of the hotel my wife works at. So I told her to bring it home. That was only a month ago, and we got tank, filter, heater, fake floating log to sunbathe under the heating lamp, and some rocks, and kind of build up from there. But she's wailing around to get my attention because it's feeding time. Okay, I see ya. They could wait. They could wait for me to feed a little turtle. It's hilarious. It knows. I'm going to shake the jar. I'm going to shake the jar of food in front of the glass. And she goes ballistic. She's got this little turtle. Not quite as round as a baseball. Not in thickness, just in, side to side. Just barely just started getting away from that bright green of a baby color. And she knows a feeding routine, so if I shake it, she'll go nuts. You get these little arms and legs just flailing. There she goes. Feeding time. She's going nuts. It's the only thing I wish I didn't have I wish I had a camera on. Here you go. Here, over here. Have a grub. There you go. I gotta buy more organic food. Other than I got a mix of pellets, grubs, and shrimp. She likes the grubs and the shrimp more. You happy now, Pickles? Looking at me over like, yeah. All right. 62, Yeshua said, it is to those who are worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Oh, I'm trying to think of how to word this one. Because again, when you're referring to that which is within, when you're not living from the body first, physicality, and you're ignorant of even the very essence of you within, the intangible self, that which is within, if you're ignorant of that, it's like, I'm not talking from there. I'm referring to that which is within, which is pre-language understanding. It's like everything going on, that which is within, isn't spoken. It's pre-language. Understanding itself is pre-language. Awareness is pre-language. When it's referred to that which is within, not your physical self. We're talking about like consciousness, soul, spirit, essence, etc. Now, I'm just going to speak on this. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Just analyzing that in the moment for just the way to properly express it. Because even in recreation, people are like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And it does. It really, really does. It's a way of being. It's a state of being, more so than an explanation. It is a state of singularities, where you are just aligned with life and just not processing what it means for yourself first and even acting on it. It's basically saying, be led by that which is life and its flow of, and not your own self-interests. Just be the singular state of being with life. Your singular state of simply being, harmonizing and entangled to that which is the flow of life. That is how you do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, because you're not thinking about anything, you're not intending anything, you're just going with the presence of life and not the endless bullcrap of absence. Because if you have to stop and think about it and reflect on it and do it for yourself, then you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for life. If you just be and you do something just because it's life, it's presence, then neither hand knows what it's doing. It's just singularly doing. And until you get to those states, I doubt you even really, you won't, I don't think you really understand even the words. It's basically just aligning with the very endless moments of the moment of now, the continuous now. Being in line with that and the flow of life, the flow of presence of life. That leaves no time or room for me's. Which hand is doing what, I don't know, because I'm already in the now and my hands are moving. And I don't even have time to realize what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. It's like that. Or the body is simply being reactive. It is not being primary. It is the tool being used for that which is within, and that which is within is serving and being in alignment and harmony with the very presence of life itself. And when it's happening in the moment, it is fun. It is awesome. I mean, it's actually just like last year, this past summer. I was mowing my grass. I was just, mowing and in deep contemplation as I was mowing. I think I had music playing in my ears. I seen the neighbor's yard was getting high. And the thought arose, and this is the first time I was really aware of it. The thought arose, and then I noticed the hesitation thought, like literally the pause right after realizing it, like you pause to think about what to do. I stopped myself right before that ended and simply did it. I mowed his grass. He came out asking why. I said, I just chose to do it. Not God told me to do it. I looked, I seen the grass need to be cut. I didn't sit and think on it. It needs to be cut. Let's cut it. I'm already cutting my own. Let's do it. Not all that, but let's just do it. No thinking, no discussing, no debating, left hand to right. Just do it. No thinking at all. Just going with presence. It's like the guys, older up there. It's like, just do it. Why not? Because that's simply the right thing to do. Not even that. Just that's just the thing to do. That's it. It's just hard to explain because it's like you stop, you just stop all thought. You just stop contemplating on it and just do it. It's like telling yourself, shut up completely, and your whole self just shuts up, goes silent, and you just do it. Like, don't debate it, just do it. not for any rhyme or reason, not for anything of the self. Just the grass needs to be cut. Doing something good, that's presence, let's do it. Except explaining it is longer. When you're understanding it in the moment, it is like instantaneous. There's no thought. It's just do it. And that's, neither hand knowing what anything either is doing. You're just watching it happen. That's basically it. It's like you're just watching your body do what you want it to do, and you're just watching it do its thing. Almost like a passenger, but not. Because when you're just simply in the moment of now, it's just the moment of now. The only thing that's in the now is the now. The point is to keep presence flowing in it and from it. That's the whole thing. Just keep the presence of life flowing. That's it. Remove yourself from the equation entirely, other than being the one who is physically doing it. 63, Yeshua said, there was a rich man who had much money. He said, I'll put my money to use so that I may sow, reap, plant, and fill my storehouse with produce, with the result that I shall lack nothing. Such were his intentions, but the same night he died. Let him who has ears hear. And that's another simple one tied to the now that I just referred to. Excuse me. What does that say? That's basically saying we exist, life exists, presence, absence in the now. We don't live in the future. We don't exist in the past. Everything is always the endless flow of now. So what happens if you do not invest in the now, but only invest for the future? See, that's a one-way forward, not harmony to and from. That's half-assing presence, which is more absence. So it's like, what happened? Well, now all his effort is gone. Because he only worked for the future and didn't exist and live for the now. That is the ever-present now. If you primarily live and serve a future that is only a possibility, you are not serving the very present you are in and the very life that you come from. I just heard. 64, Yeshua said, a man had received visitors, and when he had prepared the dinner, he sent his servant to invite the guests. He went to the first one and said to him, excuse me for a moment. He went to the first one and said to him, my master invites you. He said, I have claims against some merchants. They are coming to me this evening. I must go and give them my orders. I ask to be excused from the dinner. He went to another and said to him, my master has invited you. He said to him, I have just bought a house and am required for the day. I shall not have any spare time. He went to another and said to him, my master invites you. He said to him, my friend is going to get married and I am to prepare the banquet. I shall not be able to come. I ask to be excused from the dinner. He went to another and said to him, my master invites you. He said to him, I have just bought a farm and I am on my way to collect the rent. I shall not be able to come. I ask to be excused. The servant returned and said to his master, those whom you have invited to the dinner have asked to be excused. The master said to his servant, go outside to the streets and bring back those whom you happen to meet, so that they may dine. Businessmen and merchants will not enter the places of my Father. All of that mouthful, just to express worldly priorities over that which is life priorities. It's like, it's just simple backwards priorities. It's like, it's like, well, if any of those, if they went to the dinner instead, would life continue if all their prior engagements fell through? Yes. If they didn't go, they would be choosing absence over presence, even if they continued to be living. They chose themselves and their own goals and their own needs and their own stuff. Keyword there, stuff. Over the very presence of life. Even just a dinner gathering is simply a gathering of individual existences in life and living. That's the most important thing there is. A gathering of life is the most important thing. Like I said, all that for that simple explanation. 65, he said there was a good man who owned a vineyard. He leased it to tenant farmers so that they might work it and might collect the produce from them. He sent his servants so that the tenants might give him the produce of the vineyard. They seized his servant and beat him, all but killing him. The servant went back and told his master. The master said perhaps he did not recognize them. He sent another servant. The tenants beat this one as well. Then the owner sent his son and said, perhaps they will show respect to my son, because the tenants knew that it was he who was the heir to the vineyard. They seized him and killed him. Who has ears hear. It's just, as usual, it's a long one, so I'm thinking of something. I'm just thinking of the deeper. What's it saying exactly? Other than the people choosing greed over even physical well-being or even physical, life. Hear how wrong that is, and what they value over life. over another's well-being. It's like, yeah, you don't need a lot to see how messed up that is. So I'll move on. 66, Yeshua said, show me the stone which the builders have rejected. That one is the cornerstone. Not sure. I'm not really architecture. I don't really understand architecture too much, or cornerstones and all that. So moving on. I'm not gonna freaking talk about what I don't understand. I don't understand architecture and structure, and that is physical structural analysis, and the importance of a cornerstone to understand what that is referring to. And I'm not going to sit here and search up every little bit. 67, Yeshua said, if one who knows the all still feels a personal deficiency, he is completely deficient. If the all is referring to that which is life itself, that which matters most, that is literally the all, short of that which is God himself, yeah, any ignorance of that is deficient. But to understand that, it's not, you don't know, you know of it, you don't know, it's not that you know everything. You know of the everything that matters, or its absence. He said personal deficiency. I'll straight up self-reflect on that. The understanding of that which matters most, which is the very essence of life itself, that itself is the all. Knowing of that, understanding of that, not knowing everything, but just knowing of that which is of everything, etc. There is no deficiency. Like I said earlier, that hollowness within, that longing for a home that no longer exists, that they say, that's gone. There is no deficiency within. Again, I'm talking about that which is within ourselves. I do not question it. I do not question its existence. I have been living from it my whole life. That place, that very center, that intangible self. So I know all too well that hollowness. And then to understand life and what's followed this past a little bit more than a year now, it's unimaginable prior. Honestly, I'll tell you that. It's just 68, Yeshua said, blessed are you when you are hated and persecuted. Wherever you have been persecuted, they will find no place. Because it is better to be the victim of absence of life than to be the participator of it. It is better to die in the presence of life than it is to live in absence of it. Because one thing is absolutely certain to happen within biology, and that's the grave. Not to continuously say that, I don't want to flag anything using that language. So it's like, well, you're either in presence or you're in absence, and one ends and one continues. So it's better to receive absence than to be in it or to be the participator of it. Quite frankly, you want to name it in even just schoolyard nonsense terms, it is better to be bullied than it is to be the bullier. Because it is always better to be in presence of life than to be in its absence. No matter what explanation you toss on it, that is the illusion of false acceptance. "69, Yeshua said, "Blessed are they who have been persecuted within themselves. It is they who have truly come to know the Father. Blessed are the hungry, for the belly of him who desires will be filled." That's cool. Blessed are they who have been persecuted within themselves. That is foundationally deep. Like all the way to the foundation of themselves within. How do you persecute yourself? Honesty. Everybody has sinned. Everybody has skeletons in their closet. The point, don't have a closet. Face every illusion, every negativity, every absence, every wrong you've ever done within yourself. Be honest in complete transparency within yourself, to yourself. That can be transparent before the Lord, before that which is God. And that's what it says. You need to be foundationally, singularly honest with yourself, within yourself. You need to be in the singular state of honesty, to have no closet for any skeleton to be in. And the way this world is, be careful with that. Some people cannot directly face their own absences, their own failures, their own faults, their own mistakes, etc. And yet that is what you have to do. You have to face every single demon within yourself. That is persecuting yourself within. It feels like you're ripping yourself apart for all of your wrongdoings. And yet all you're doing is ripping off the absence from your soul. Where once there's nothing left, it's just you and honesty. Not perfection, not sinless, but presently, honestly, and honest and accountable in the very moment of the present endless now. The point is to destroy the freaking closet, get rid of the skeletons by accountability, and never build a closet ever again. Face whatever mistake you make in the moment in complete honesty. Blessed are the hungry, for the belly of him who desires will be filled. Cause and effect, the flow of life. Whether that's, well, not everybody gets their belly filled, even if they're good in this world. But that's superficially talking, and if even good people starve, which they do, then obviously that's not being physically literal. That's not being superficially literal. Obviously, that is a deeper meaning. And after what I said on the first part, I don't feel like going over that or analyzing it in the moment. I don't know about nourishment, because once you understand that which matters most, it's a hunger and you're nourished at the same time. Everything's just fun. It's like just so much, everything's enjoyable. Presence is always more enjoyable than absence, no matter which way you think about it. No matter what you tell yourself to convince yourself, any absence is worse than presence, no matter if you think it's corny, something simple, or something deep. It's all the same structure. Even like little kids. Oh, I don't want to kiss my mom on the cheek or tell her I love her in public getting out from school because it's embarrassing. That right there is the earliest self-given illusions, just to fit in, just giving an excuse to choose something else over that which matters most. See how subtle and simple it gets? Where in presence of life, even in front of the whole entire world, telling you not to, or thinking it'd be corny, or, just stupid things kids think. It is far greater to do it in the face of all of that than to not. Even the simple things like that mean more than comprehension. They mean so much more than is able even to be comprehended. That is the all itself I mentioned earlier. You don't know it. You don't know everything. You don't know it all. You simply understand of it all itself. The all itself, that which is life itself and the flow of it, its presence and absence. All right, where was I? 70. Yeshua said, that which you have will save you if you bring it forth from yourselves. That which you do not have within you will kill you if you do not have it within you. If you want me to go to the extreme, since it is referring to that which is within, again, presence and absence. If you're not in presence, if you're in presence, it will save you. If you understand that which is life, and it flows from within, not from out to within, then you will be saved, because that is presence. Presence continues. If you are not, it will kill you. If you do not have it within you. Obviously, that is just, obviously physical law, you're still going to perish regardless, but it's referring to that which is within. So to name it in finality, that would be the second death. That would be, there is no you with, I don't know if I've felt that hollowness inside before for too long, but if you're in absence, then you're just going to go with absence. And basically, the second death is complete absence. It's simple as that. Again, absence and presence. Absence is the complete absence of presence. It's finite. It ends. It doesn't flow. It doesn't continue. So if you're not in presence, well, even within, even that essence of you, if it's absence of presence, then K's or husky dog. And turtle wants attention, so I'm just putting my hand up to the tank. Come on, get out of there. All right. 71, Yeshua said, I shall destroy this house and no one will be able to build it. Don't know. That is too short to really go on. 72, a man said to him, tell my brothers to divide my father's possessions with me. He said to him, oh man, who has made me a divider? He turned to his disciples and said to them, I am not a divider, am I? It sounds like about equality to me. Cooperation and equality. It's like, that's not really something you want to give out yourself. And then it's like divide, to be the singular divider. It's like, that's where all the contempt is directed. Whoever doesn't get equal is always going to blame the divider. Even if the divider is unbiased or uninvolved in simply reading, a list on a note. It is still be blamed, and yet if you involve everybody to do it equally, everything will be flowing as it should, just like life. Uh, 73, Yeshua said, the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. Beseech the Lord, therefore, to send out laborers to the harvest. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that one creeped up. I don't know. Ah, okay, I get it. The harvest is great, meaning the consumption of presence. And the ones that are continuing the labor, continuing, the plant, like it's not exactly the harvest. If all you do is Let's see. Well, the harvest is more, but the labors are few. Well, that could be read as there's more prosperity, but few laborers that are willing to do the work to reap the rewards, the harvest. So ask the Lord to bless, I'm going to say bless more, more people with understanding of presence to reap the harvest, to continue planting and harvesting. Because if all you do is harvest, there won't be anything to harvest. But if there's okay, I keep circling back to the continuation where it's just saying there's a lot there. The blessings are plentiful, but the receivers, but laborers, that's a hard one. Because I keep getting entangled in understanding the flow of harvesting, planting, growing, harvesting, replanting, the tilling, everything. It's a process. But this is only talking about the harvest of it. And it's throwing me off, so I'm moving on. I mean, it really is about like a generosity. It's like suddenly you have a larger harvest than what you could gather. So share the plentiful. You know, go to your neighbors. Hey, you want some food? Come help me. There's plenty to harvest. And what kind of people do you want to ask? The people in presence of life from the Lord. It's like that harvest only they can receive. Otherwise, it's absence, and well, nothing's going to grow again. '74, he said, "O Lord, there are many around the drinking trough, but there is nothing in the cistern. Many are thirsty, but there is no water being delivered." Deeper meaning, many are thirsty for knowledge of life itself, but there's nobody giving it. Again, that's what I'm doing now, just sharing information. Here's the water, whatever. So yeah, just everybody wants to hear and reward, but nobody is expressing, nobody's teaching, nobody's telling, you know, there's no water coming. There's no words coming. It's like if nothing is shared, the only thing that will remain is ignorance and absence. That's what ignorance gives. Primarily, it gives absence. '75, Yeshua said, "Many are standing at the door, but it is the solitary who will enter the bridal chamber." I don't know bridal chamber. I'm assuming this more like some intimacy with life itself. And those who are less influenced by ignorance and absence are closer aligned to knowledge, understanding, and presence will enter the bridal chamber. Because those in solitude are less influenced by the ignorant absence of others. Because basically, if you're in solitary and you hear even less, if you have less ignorant influence, then you have less falsality and ignorance to dig through. If you're searching for one piece, if you're analyzing one piece of paper, and suddenly everybody's throwing their piece of paper on your desk, you're going to have to sift through looking for it while people are still throwing their papers on your desk. What does solitude give you? One piece of paper to analyze. That's the whole solitude thing. When it means about understanding life itself. Because you are sitting with one piece of paper and nobody else's. Doesn't mean you'll get it right. Doesn't mean you get it wrong. Anything else. It just means there is less distortion. The only reason solitude and silence is scary or anything negative to anybody is because of those skeletons in the closet. Nobody likes to sit in silence because then they get confronted with their wrongdoings against life itself, whether they're knowing of it or ignorant of it, because the more you understand, the more skeletons become crystal clear. That is why you need to clear that some bitch out. I'll say that plainly. Clear it out. Tear down the closet. Take out the skeletons. Empty them out. Accountability. Stick with the now, and be accountable as it appears. That's it. It's not become sinless. It's be present and accountable and honest in all ways in the very moment and continuous moments of the now, the present now. And that's getting there is a battle unlike any description, because everybody at their essence, at their core, is their own singular existence, and nobody knows what is going on within another person. So like I said, that battle with your own skeletons is no other human being can express anything on it. Only you. Nobody could say, well, that's simple. I dealt with that. It doesn't matter if it's simple in and of itself without including the other person. You know, if somebody was bullied growing up, you know, I was all the way up through middle school, from 2nd grade through middle school. In school specifically. I was bullied everywhere until I got into being an adult, but it's like, can everybody handle it? Like, is that bullying worse in and of itself than somebody else's? It's like, yeah, it could be. If somebody was bullied only for 1 year versus somebody who's been bullied for multiple, yeah, the thing itself is bigger, is more. But that doesn't tell you the person themselves, whether they can handle, whether they're built naturally to be able to handle all of it or less of it, or who it is that dictates that. It's the person themselves and how they were made, formed, being, etc. That's why I say you got to be careful. You start taking accountability, and it's hell to go through. It really, really is. But the other side is beyond description, beyond comparison of better. Two hours. Let's see. Where'd I start? I'll end this soon. 2 hours is good enough. I can go all day, but I got things to do. And that's the thing too. I could sit here and do this just like this on anything at all, not just biblical things, anything at all day, and enjoy it. All right. 76, Yeshua said, the kingdom of the Father is like a merchant who had a consignment of merchandise and who discovers a pearl. That merchant was shrewd. He sold the merchandise and bought the pearl alone for himself. You too seek his unfailing and enduring treasure where no moth comes near to devour and no worm destroys. That scared me. See, the part that's throwing it off, it's the kingdom of the Father is like a merchant. I always write, I don't know if there's multiple ways it's put. I always took the merchant as a person. There it's referring to it as heaven. The kingdom of that which is God is heaven. It's saying heaven is like a merchant who had a consignment of merchandise, who had a lot of merchandise, discovered a pearl. Heaven was shrewd, sold the merchandise, and bought the pearl alone for itself. You too seek his unfailing and enduring treasure where no moth. Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense now. Why it would buy the pearl? Why would it buy the pearl itself for itself? Why would what's referring to heaven buy the pearl and not a man? Both, actually. The flow of life is what matters most. To and from harmony. That goes from heaven down to man. Both references. Because without that which is life and the flow of it, there is no heaven. There is no man. And the pearl, that's from God, that which is life itself, the flow of it. So obviously heaven itself would need it, because without the foundation, its structure doesn't hold. Again, it's building on sand. "77, Yeshua said, "It is I who am the light of which is above them all. It is I who am the all. From me did the all come forth, and unto me did the all extend. Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there." Again, the flow of life, that which matters most, and it's the flow of it. And Yeshua was from that which is God. I don't doubt any of it. And the very essence of that which is life came from him, from that which is God. Because nothing cannot come from something. Life cannot just spring out from absence. Absence is literally the complete absence of presence. Absence means nothing. There's nothing to come forth. It is just nothingness. There is absolute nothing there. So nothing comes forth, nothing happenings. It is absolute nothing. And that does not bring forth presence. It's the other way around. Only presence can create absence. I don't know how that people make that misunderstanding so much, so long. They invert it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense and put it that way. It really doesn't. Something from nothing. That's as illogical at even an elementary level than it gets. And yet, it's not regularly put like that. Hello, Mr. Snuggles. It's my kitty. My kitty. Well, there's my snuggle buddy. King Snuggles. Well. The only hierarchy in the house. King Snuggles, my cat. Tabby cat. Had him since 2012, I believe. Before I even knew my wife. That's why he's the king of the house. And he has the attitude to back it up. Yeah, lift up a stone, you'll find me there. It's like, again, understanding. It's like, I really don't have to go over that because I don't contest it. It's already, there's more proof than not. It's more proof than contested. And a lot more than people are aware of. 78, Yeshua said, "Why have you come out into the desert to see a reed shaken by the wind, and to see a man clothed in fine garments like your kings and your great men? Upon them are the fine garments, and they are unable to discern the truth." Again, the ridiculousness of hierarchy. It's just breeding ignorance. There's only one hierarchy that matters. There is that which is God, and that which flows directly from him, and then there's everything else. That's it. That's the whole enchilada. It doesn't matter if it's from another galaxy in physicality or another dimension or spirituality. It all flows from the same source, that which is God. Therefore, The only hierarchy is he is absolute, and we are simply in the flow or the absence of life. That's it. And when you're obsessed with ignorance, fine garments, wealth, nonsense, you're unable to discern truth. You are too inflicted in ignorance, too ignorant to that which matters most, by defining it by the nonsense that's all around the world today, and yesterday, and the day before, the days before then. "79, a woman from the crowd said to him, 'Blessed are the womb which bore you and the breast which nourished you.' He said to her, 'Blessed are those who have heard the word of the Father and have truly kept it. For there will be days when you will say, Blessed are the womb which has not conceived and the breast which not have given milk.'" It's naming the difference between blessing presence and the flow of life. And the absence of it. Like if okay, say like, "Blessed are the womb which is not conceived and the breast which not have given milk." Like I said, it didn't bear a child. There will be days when you don't want any more people to come out into absence, where to the point where people are saying, we'd rather them not be born and continue life than to be in such absence, which is most of the world we live in. There's too much absence. And it's like, yeah, we've heard people say that before. Most people have said that before. Who the heck wants to bring a child into this world? I've heard that since the 80s, actually. I've heard that saying. I've heard it, I think, in television, movies, stuff, even before, from earlier than that. That's what it's pointing to. Like, there will be days when you're saying that, and it's already come to be. And it's like, that's absence. That's not the flow of life. You're supposed to make this a place worth bringing life into, not wanting to bring life into it. That's inverted. That's the opposite. That's aligning with absence and presence at a very physical, foundational level. I'll end this on 81. Year I was born, 81. I like that number. And never mind. All right, 80, Yeshua said, "He who has recognized the world has found the body, but he who has found the body is superior to the world." That again? I don't know. I don't know what body means. Whose body? Is Yeshua referring to himself? His own reference? I don't know. I gotta pee and I'm moving on. I'm gonna do 81 and then I'm gonna call it. 81, Yeshua said, "Let him who has grown rich be king, and let him who possesses power renounce it." See, again, hierarchy references. I don't bother with that nonsense. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care even if it's from God. I'm going to align with life and the presence of it. I don't need no stinking titles or hierarchy or none of that nonsense. To me, that's me. No, I'm not nobody else. Everybody do whatever they want to do. I'm just choosing presence over anything else. It's all I want to do. Just express presence and understanding. That's it. And be in it. It's like all I want to do is just live. Live with life and the presence of it. Titles, hierarchy, all that nonsense, that's downwind, downflow, that's irrelevant foundationally, basically. Whereas what I said is as good as it gets. Anything more is unnecessary and just noise. It's like me yakking here. I could be talking to one person or I could be talking to every single person on the planet. Ain't nothing going to change. Nothing at all. And it's supposed to be that way. Harmony with the presence of life. It's as simple and absolute as that. All right. I got to pee. Yeah, that bluntly. I hope anybody listening to this enjoys it. And let's see, I don't think tomorrow, Friday the 6th, I'll be able to. Maybe Saturday, if not another one, maybe in a little while if I feel like doing more. Until then, come on, move it. I'm going to